So yay! I'm so happy I have a chance to talk with you. And why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
My name's Camille, and I'm 46 years old. I've been a stay-at-home mom for about 10 years, and really just after my divorce dove into work and took no time for myself. And I'm tired of doing that, so that's why I called you.
Awesome. So I was going to ask you, like, when we connected, what was going on in your life at that time, like in your love life?
Nothing. um, I hit burnout like the end of December with just working too many hours and not taking time for myself and doing things for myself. So really, it was more of a love myself kind of a thing when I found you. And so I got in contact with you, and it's just funny how things have started opening up for me since then.
Yeah, that's so cool. It's like I was just saying, like, I feel like I have the best job in the whole world. And like, I get to be part of your journey while you do like these huge things in your life. It's like, I get a front row seat while that's going on. It's like the best thing ever. So I'm looking here to make sure I ask you the questions I wanted to ask. So what kind of doubts did you have about maybe connecting with a love coach or working with like a healer on your love life?
Um, you know, when you've been out of the market for a really long time and you've been hunkered down working, you kind of wonder, like, is there anybody out there? I met my ex-husband when I was 15. I didn't really have a lot of dating experience before that or after that. So I needed help, and I was just hoping that you could help me. And I wasn't sure if it was even possible to find somebody or find help that way.
Yeah. Yeah. And then this is like, I love that I get to talk with you about this, because when we had our experience during the workshop, and then you texted me the next morning, please tell the story.
Well, in the workshop, you told us to look for signs of land. And so I no sooner got in my car leaving the workshop, and I wasn't even on the freeway yet, and there was a commercial for 2 different weight dating websites on the radio. And I almost had to pull over because I was like, oh my gosh. And then the very next day I was at work, and a guy asked me out, and I actually looked behind me to see who he was talking to. Because I didn't expect it at all. I just thought, okay, wow, this works.
I love that you were like, I looked behind me when I got your message. You're like, I looked behind me.
That's so true.
Behind me, because I was like, who's he talking to? And it's so funny because when we're in that space, like, and we're used to things being a certain way for so long, sometimes it takes a minute to make the shift. It's like you feel it internally, but then to see evidence of it outside of you, you're like, whoa.
Well, that was less than 24 hours. So then you start wondering, like, did I imagine that? Or was that, maybe I wasn't open to it until you did the workshop and I was a little more aware. Something definitely shifted for me in that workshop. So thank you.
It's my pleasure. Absolutely. And we did some block clearing in that workshop, and you were saying, what was that experience like for you of the block clearing?
Well, I'm an energy healer also, so I've been accustomed to working with energy a lot. And when you were doing that energy healing, oh my goodness, my third eye was just pulsing, and I just felt this wave, and it felt like something lifted off my shoulders. And I know that sounds kind of woo-woo, but it's the truth. I felt it, and that was pretty powerful for me.
And for me to be able to be with you while you have that experience, like I was saying, is just like, whoa, it's like such an honor. It's just an honor even that you allow me to connect with your energy. Like, that experience is not something that I take for granted, because you know, you don't want to just like be letting everybody into your energy. You know that. Yeah. It's like,
That's correct.
when people bring some stuff, people bring, you're just like, like, don't be bringing that in here.
That's right.
You know? So that's really an honor that, especially like in a healer, that you would be like, okay, I'm a healer too. And I'm recognizing that that's cool. That makes me feel really good. So thank you.
Well, from what I knew of you before the workshop, from what I'd seen online and things like that, I just had a really good feeling that you were a good soul. And so that sort of led me to you. And I really do believe spirit leads us where we need to be. So
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm happy I listened to that.
Me too. I'm happy we connected.
Me too.
If there's someone who's out there and she's watching this and she's feeling like she's not sure that she could make changes in her life, if she's not sure that it's possible for her, what would you want to say to her?
You know, our mindset is really powerful. And when you go to someone who has the tools to help you change your mindset, it opens up doors that you can't even imagine. Did I think that something was going to happen the next day? No. And I've been it's funny, this week, it's only been like a week since I went to that workshop, right? Like,
I think it's 2. Yeah, it's been 2.
has it been 2 weeks? I've noticed for myself just how I'm taking care of myself. I'm actually wearing makeup more often, which I'd gotten to a place where I was just throwing my hair in a bun and going. I'm taking care of myself a little bit better, and it feels really good. And it's funny how the world sort of opens up after that, and you feel, wow, if I feel better, maybe that's going to be the key also.
Yeah.
Not only the energy, the energy healing and the things that we learned in the workshop, but I just feel better for myself. And really, that's what I was after. So everything else is gravy, right?
Right. I love that, because it's so true. Like, so much of it is like, yeah, of course we want to have the other person in our lives, but it's really, we want to have them in our lives because of how we want to feel.
Right.
Like, we're thinking of how we want them, how it's going to make us feel to have that relationship, have this person in our lives. And that first thing of that shift into like that deeper self-love, it just like radiates. Like, you can feel the energy, and people around you can feel it, and they start responding differently to you. And
absolutely.
It's like, it's so huge.
Well, I just know I feel different and in a good way. So thank you very much.
Oh, it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. Thank you so much for taking time to talk with me about it.
Of course.